Hello.
Hello. I don't know how to
Let
do the
me.
chat, so I have to watch it on my iPad so I can chat.
I'm opening it on my laptop, and of course, I need the coffee.
So I have to
Oh,
watch
shoot.
it on my
Hang on.
iPad so I can.
Doop, doot, doot. All right, let me.
All right, can everyone hear us? Let's see, we're going to see if they can
Why
hear
am
us.
I? It's like the
No,
side
can you
of
hear
me.
us? All right.
No. Yes. Well, I got a no and a yes. Yep, Christina, you can
Yes,
hear us both.
you can hear both of us?
Oh my God, you guys. I have been so annoyed. I have a little menu on my screen I don't like it. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
All
Close.
right. Are we good? Can everyone hear us? We're good? I don't want to press anything.
You're
Okay, we
not
hear both.
centered
All
near the
right.
back. Is that better?
Yes. It's
The
Kenny's
girls.
first live. Can everyone drop a little T-Rex dino in the chat? We're doing it backwards today. Welcome, everyone. This is my guest, Kenny, and you're watching Noir at Night. That was my night show that I wanted. So we're doing that. There we go.
Oh.
Yay. All right,
So
talk to us.
I just wanted to say hi. I wanted to thank Wrath for opening up her channel for this because yeah, I could not could not figure it out. I was getting
I
really
couldn't
pissed
figure it
off.
out either. The
You
first
guys,
time I
I
was
was
like, oh, God.
so mad. I was like texting with Wrath and I'm like, can you just call me on the voice, please? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, I don't know either. I give up. But
I
here we
know it.
are. We're doing it here.
So tell us what you are going to do with your channel.
Well, basically, it's all about conversations. Mostly with women. I'm not opposed to it's girl talk, but I'm not opposed to talking to men. But I just mostly know women. And so just having conversations. For those of you who don't know, Coddiwomple means to travel purposefully. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Purposefully. And then as of yet, unknown destination. And I just thought that was such a cool, I liked the word when I saw it, but when I read the definition, I was just like, wow, I
Yeah, it's a
love
good
that.
word.
It's such a cool word. And so I was like, man, that's how it is when I talk with my friends. We'll start talking about something. You never know where the conversation's going to go. And hours later, we're in a whole different place. And there's all
Oh,
the
yeah.
little tangent, little side roads you can take. So it's like a journey.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting requests for you to sing live.
Guys, I'm trying. I'm just like, I'm already flustered. Like, I like to be on camera, but like, I'm so nervous right now.
I know, but it's so funny. After a few minutes, it's like you just keep going. And like my last live, my brain was starting to go on a tangent, and then it would click back, and I'm like, oh my God, thank you, brain, because there were so many times I would have been like, So, and everyone who's up in the chat, knows us, so they're
Hi,
pretty
guys.
forgiving.
I'm so. I'm so easily emotional. I'm like, I'm gonna cry. Thanks for being here.
That's right. Who's here? Who do we got? We have Christina. Hey, Roman.
Oh,
Burley.
yep.
Mr. Rath, were you in the chat? Oh, he's here. He's going into the chat.
Laura's here.
Laura.
Laura's here. She's blue. I was like, where's the blue? Because I'm so used to seeing blue. Christina, you're not blue. You get to do whatever you
No.
want in the chat.
Yeah, there's gonna be. Don't worry. There's a few more people who are gonna be blue. So.
Hi, John. Hi, Romy. Oh, that's so awesome that you're here.
So the topics that you want to go over and do are, like, I guess the topics are anything and everything, but you wanted to keep it, on the lighter side.
I mean, lighter in the sense of I don't really want to talk about like polarizing issues that are like, I don't live in that world really too much. I try to stay away from it. But like emotional, real, raw stuff like that, I'm all for it. That's who I am. I mean, you can just, I think most people can see that even just in my writing, that I'm just kind of like, here it is. Yeah, I mean, there's not really any, there are off limit topics, I guess, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. And I think that people will be grateful for that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm always looking for a channel or a podcast to do, not like, just to listen. Sometimes you just need, like real talk away from everything else. So it's nice to have that option where you have someone where you can, like, you're driving to work or you're at home cleaning. I know a lot of people do like their laundry when they listen to podcasts and stuff, and we usually run around. That's what we do. We play something. So I like that we're going to have someone like you where we get to curl up with a nice cozy blanket and listen to, like, we're having, a talk on the couch together, or like at a coffee shop.
Yeah. Or like in your girlfriend's kitchen.
Exactly. Eating
You know what I
cake.
mean?
That's right. Coffee and cheesecake.
And for me, like, as I've been getting to know this community of people, part of what, it's funny because I've been planning this for years, honestly. Before I even started watching people on YouTube at all, I've been already planning this just because I have so much fun when I'm talking to my friends and we'll be laughing. And I'm like, we're so funny. I think everyone will think we're funny. And so I'm like, we should be recording everything we say and do. We're hilarious. We're solving world problems here. Like,
exactly.
I just know so many smart, funny people, and but having this YouTube community has been, because I live alone, and so I don't talk to anyone most of the day. When I'm in the chat with you guys, I'm like hanging out. Like, I'm like with my friends, we're chilling, we're chatting. And that's I want there to, I like that there's a place for people like that too, like me, who might be lonely, just want to be all blah, 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 talk about whatever.
Absolutely. I love that. And I'm glad that you finally decided to do it, because it is a little scary and intimidating, but now I kind of understand whenever if I'm flipping through TikTok, you watch people and they just go like live for everything. Like, I'm going to the mall or I'm in my car, and I'm like, that's so annoying. But the more you get used to it, the more you find it, oh, I'll just go live and I'll talk to everybody. Like, I'm glad that I'm not on TikTok, because I would be like, guys, all right, I'm going to walk to the mailbox now. You're coming with me.
Michelle said that more lighthearted conversation is needed these days, and I agree. And not that it'll necessarily always be lighthearted, because I'm not always lighthearted. Like, I'm a Virgo sun and a Pisces moon, so I'm like analytical and like critical and like back a dow, but I'm also happy and emotional and passionate and like it's gonna be all of
Yeah,
those things, you know what I
I
mean?
know.
So
Well, I'm a Cancer, so we're a fiery mix here, an emotional mess.
right. Yeah, and I'm trying to read the chat. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what it's like when they're trying to read the chat and they're trying to stream.
Yes,
I want to see what you guys
yes.
are saying. But yeah, it's hard to see things sticking out. Maybe you guys can at me if there's something that you want me to see for sure and it'll stick out at me or something.
Oh,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
the
I
theme
want to hear
song's
this.
back
You
again.
guys are such assholes. It's been 15 minutes. I'm dying. It's like talking to my mom on the phone, and I'm always trying not to cuss. So I'll start to say a cuss word and kind of make it a song. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. Let me take a drink of tea.
Take a tea break. Everyone, take a sip of tea because we are gonna get into a little troll patrol
Yes,
a
I have
little
some
bit.
Paw Patrol stuff pulled up. All right, I'll
That's
sing it
right.
really quick. I can't do the harmony, obviously, because I'm by myself, but I'll just pick a key and go because this is so hard, you guys. Okay. I wrote this song originally for a different thing, so the words were different. So sometimes my brain gets confused, but God dang it. Kynny Vixen, Coddiwomple Convos, give it a listen. Kynny Vixen, what you talking about? Okay,
I love it.
it's now we don't have to talk
Woo!
about that anymore. This is me being my boldest self right now.
Oh, that's the Kenny we love.
Okay, so one of the things I want to do on my podcast is have little, conversation starters, is what I call them, because they generally will start the conversation, whether we stay there or not. That's another thing. But one of those ones that I want to do, that my friend and I were talking about, and I was like, Raph is perfect for this, is the Troll Patrol, because her and I have so much fun dealing with those trolley trolls on the internet. And I don't have as much like heated anger in me as I did last year for some reason. I don't know. I shifted with the energy of the new year. So I'm having a harder time being like, F you, blah, blah, blah. But
Oh, I don't have that problem.
I know you don't. And, I'm sure just given a little push, I'm sure I'll jump right in there that way too. But like we have some really funny ones. And, some of the trolls are really funny because they're so
Yeah.
not fun. Like they just give us such an easy path to being funny
They're
because
not, yeah, they're not clever. It's the
no.
same thing. And it's like they have the script. Don't they have different ones? When you work and I'm assuming like telemarketers have a script. Is it the same one all the time? Don't you guys need to switch it up? It's just the same 3 or 4 things. So boring.
It is boring, and I'm annoyed because like they're still coming up with stuff from so long ago. I'm like, really? Could you like you need to like update your burns. Like you can't still talk about like in the case of the case, you can't just talk about the New York Times article. Like we're so far past that. You really need to come up with
Exactly.
some new stuff. There's new stuff that has happened
Seriously.
that you can make fun of.
Yeah, I
So
think the two so far, the two biggest trolls of, I mean, I guess it was, did we cross over into 2026 with the other one? Well, we have John the troll from X.
yes, John
Yes,
was
he's,
amazing.
yeah. The, what was it? How many days? did we go? Did he go 2 days, 3 days?
I want to say, I mean, he went for at least a day and a half just with me. And I think
Yeah,
he went longer with you because you kind of came in after I got going with him, and then you kind of took his focus. And then, you know, his thing was to act Grok and ask questions. So when I blocked Grok, he stopped commenting because he wasn't smart enough or clever enough on his own, I guess, to continue. I didn't block John. I only blocked Grok. So.
That's funny. I never knew that you could do that. You could do that, and he just kept. Like, that's why you know, we have our traditional bots, but I don't know if he was a bot or just a little unhinged, because he kept grokking me. He grokked me. He kept looking me up. I'm like, what are you doing? What do you think
He could
Grok is
not
going to tell you?
Grok.
I know. He had to. Like, Grok, what time is it? He had to ask specific questions. He came back, I think, like 2 days later after the initial couple of days, and he said something else. So I'm thinking, is he like watching us? He has to be watching our exes. Like, he has to be.
The first thing I thought when that troll hit DFJ's videos, I'm like, it's John. John is the only person I have. Well, not the only person. That's not true. But there's few people that will go back and forth, not only 20 times with me, but then also 20 times with you. Like, he couldn't keep up with the arms of the comments on X.
He
like,
couldn't, and then
his notifications had to be like, he logs in, it's all 20
and
plus
I love
every time. He's all zing, zing, zing.
And I love DFJ is like so nice. She's like, well, thank you. Like, you know, she's trying to like reason. And as soon as I go, like, it depends on how annoyed I am. There was usually I like to do some banter, but one of the times I think I just went in and I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, just shut up. Like, I just really I was just so mad. I don't even remember who it was. And I just went there. I'm like, you're just bothering me, and that's what I'm doing right now.
I do my best to tailor my responses depending on whose chat I'm in, whose page I'm on. Like, certain people, I'm not gonna like cuss my mouth off, but you come to my page and I can't be held responsible for the amount of cuss words that might be used. But I will try, like, if I'm like, if it was CJ's page, I wouldn't go on CJ's comments and like cuss a bunch at a troll. I will still troll a troll, but I'll do it without the cuss words for as long as I can, unless they were to say something blatant that I might just like lose it. I think one of the first creators it was when I first got on X and somebody was messing with Lauren and I was all, oh, hell no. I went straight over there. It was all, I fucking went ham on them. And I was all, because she was still like so nice. And she was like, I could see the pain in her eyes when she talked about it. And that really pissed me off because I'm like, girl, if you wouldn't take advice from them, you don't take their insults either. We don't take insults from people who don't mean anything to us. You got to really care about what somebody thinks about you to let them hurt you. But I could see that she did. I was like, and I told her that. That was one of the comments I left her. But I just was like, I will F you up so hard. Shut up.
You know, sometimes it's like, before I decided to go and do the YouTube channel, I really spent, I mean, I was still working on it, but I spent a lot of time like verbally abusing myself. And it sounds dumb, but I would think of really every horrible thing someone else could say to me or about my family, and had to train myself like, they don't know me, they're just some rando on the internet. And whatever they say, that I know is going to hurt me, I try to like really repeat it. And I would even I would go troll hunting, and I would look for comments that I knew I would get attacked back. So I would say something, and then I would like practice the trolls. And it's so I like had to like do that, because now when I look at it, it's so funny to me. Anything that they say, nothing bothers me. It's just really funny, because there's just like some random stranger like, oh, and I hope your mother dies in an accident. I'm like, okay, that's like, okay, I'll call her up and tell her. Like, who are
Right.
it's like, okay, random person.
I know. I can always think of like a perfect response to something like that, but it wouldn't be the truth. So I never say it, because I would be all, well, she did die in an
Yeah,
accident, just so you know. But I wouldn't say that,
exactly.
because then it's a lie. And then I start being all, oh, I shouldn't have said that. It's not true. But
Well,
yeah,
it's
I've done the
okay
same
if you tell them. Like, I'll call my mom and be like, "Oh, by the way, I needed to hurt someone's feelings today, so I said that you died in
thing
an
today,
accident."
Mom.
Yeah, just you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I try to be very, I do have that woo woo side of me. So I do, as much as it's hard to believe, try to be thoughtful about certain things not coming out of my mouth, just, because like, I don't know if I am, sometimes I'll say things and then they happen. And I'm like, oh my God, did I do that? And my friends all,
yeah,
I don't think you're that powerful. And I'm all, okay, well, maybe I'm not that powerful, but maybe I saw it coming.
yeah. I know. I believe in like karma, but I feel like with certain things, like if you're going to be a troll specifically, and you're going to like purposely go out of your way to argue with people knowing that it gets them upset, then I am just fighting fire with fire. So, I feel like
I agree.
I feel like I'm the karma coming in that aspect.
I agree.
Karma comes in all like shapes and different elements, and I feel like you're picking on someone and you can see they're really hurt, and I'm going to come in and they're probably like, I wish someone would put this person in their place, and I'd be like, I am here for you.
Pick
I
me.
will put Yes, we will put them in their place. Like,
I used to say
I
that.
will.
I used to say that in some of the live chats. I'd be all, oh, please, please, if someone is talking to you on the on X, especially, the thing I love about X, and the reason I like to use it is because I can be completely unfiltered.
Oh, I know, it's a cesspool and I love it.
My
I
like
can
real
say
life friends aren't on there, and I can just say
anything.
what I want,
Yeah,
and I
you can
like
say
that about it.
anything on X. It's,
So I'm
yes,
like,
anything.
please tag me in. Please tag me if you see something, say something, and I will go ahead and just chime in a little bit. Just, it's fun. Michelle said, I see the troll thing being something like the Reddit AITA. I don't know what the Reddit AITA is.
Oh, Reddit, it's am I the asshole? So it's a subreddit, and you ask. It's a lot of YouTubers read it. They're really fun. They're like, it's am I the asshole? And then you tell the story of whatever happened to you, and because sometimes you do something, you're like, what was that? Was that bad? Was I
I
the wrong one? And so like they'll tell you, the Redditors, I spend a lot of time on Reddit. And if you want someone to tell you like it is, then ask a Redditor, because they will tell you. And sometimes, depending on what kind of person you are, if you're a real big asshole, they'll throw it. The moderators of Reddit itself, of Reddit, will take the post and cross post it in other subreddits. Like, I can't think, what are the other subreddits? Like like insulting subreddits, or like they'll put it somewhere else where it belongs. It's really funny.
I got on Reddit a little bit. I tend to be a little too savage for Reddit. They're always all, "You're gonna get deleted." And I got banned from one of the Baldoni pages, the pro Baldoni pages, because I was pissed and I probably
I
wasn't
know.
being nice, but neither were they. And so I've been like
Oh
banned
well.
from it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, maybe I'm just not. I have to think too hard about how to say things too nicely to go on there. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh
I
look,
really
Michelle,
only.
remember?
What?
Oh no, I was saying. Oh, Michelle said, Charlotte Dobray. Remember, I was telling you about her the other day. She's from Canada. She's the redhead, and she reads a lot of those. And she's like the wedding person, like the wedding etiquette. So that's
Oh,
like what
right.
yeah. So that's what she's known for. So she reads a lot of those on her channel, and they're vicious. Some of them, ooh, they're so juicy.
Yeah, I think that because of this case and stuff, we have the problem is you have to find the content on my X. Like I have so much for this topic on my X, but it's like I have so much on my X
Oh
that
yeah, me
it's
too.
hard to find it. But like, maybe it'll get to the point where people will send we can start screenshotting from now on and like paying attention. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking to see what I pulled up.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course, I went straight for John. He was my first target. Because did you see? I don't know if you guys saw this. I posted a thing about John. There's like a guy who got, and this is terrible, but there's a guy who is like up for murder. And I swear I saw this man's face and I was like, is that John? I had to go find John's profile. I had to go find his profile and look at his picture and be like, I don't think it's John, but dang it. That was close.
I had it like at first when you sent it to me, I was like, oh my God, is it? Did he kill someone?
I know. I was like, we were arguing with a murderer. No,
He kills the
allegedly,
mood.
not allegedly. And that's not true.
Oh.
That's not true. I forgot. We have to do that YouTube thing now where we say, I'm just
Oh
kidding.
yeah, our opinion. It's our opinions. Yes, allegedly.
Everything we say on this podcast is a joke or allegedly.
It's all a joke. It's funny. Haha. He would never do that. Look, the only thing that guy kills is the mood. That's probably about it.
Oh my gosh.
You
So
want to come hang out in my mom's basement?
I stole your Cheeto fingers thing for in one of DFJ's comments, and she loved it. And I was like, I can't take credit. I got it from Wrath. It is really funny though. It's a great one.
I just trademarked.
Incel burn. It's an incel burn.
It is. That's all I think about. I'm like some dude on his computer with like he's the Cheeto hands and he's licking his fingers and the keyboard has like little orange fingerprints everywhere.
Yeah, dirty keyboard. Ew.
Yeah.
Crusty.
Exactly.
See, they don't come up with funny stuff like that. They don't come up with funny stuff like that.
Yeah, no, they need new scripts.
They really
I
do.
still want to know how. I'm still like, how does one become a bot?
Where do you sign up?
Yeah, how does one? Yeah, like how is there like bots.com? Is there a place?
Do you put it on your resume if you've done it before? Is it like you have to know somebody kind of thing, or is it like on Indeed?
Exactly. And like how does one create a program with with computer bots like that they go in and they say random things, and why? You know, I mean, unless it's,
Pictures,
I don't
the guy
understand.
and the computer and all the screens. Like, haven't you seen those
Yes.
pictures?
Yes. Have
How
you
do you become
seen,
that guy?
I just saw, I have it, I think I have it in my saved videos on one of my playlists, like watch later. There's a guy that, and to answer like my question, there's a guy and he's, I don't know why he does it, but he's sitting there with 5 or 6 laptops and he's a troll and he just says random things. Like one person's like, that's racist, and he'll look at the camera and he goes, yeah, it is racist. And he's like going to another laptop and saying something else to someone, and he's just getting everyone so angry. And one person was arguing with him and he goes, oh, these people need to get a life. And then they pan back and he's sitting there with like all these computers on his lap just trolling people. So that's like what I think of now whenever someone says anything. Like, but why? They didn't say why unless I missed it. Why?
I have a
Like,
feeling it's like a dark web thing. It's like an underground thing. Like, somebody who knows a guy.
yeah.
Someone who knows a guy. And
Yeah, like I really like annoying
it's
people. Where
it's probably
can I
like
sign up for
an
that?
it's underground through PR somewhere. Like it's like the private security folder in the PR person's like only contact these people if it's serious. Or
Yeah.
if you're Blake.
Ugh. Blah.
I mean, I've waited this long to say her name.
I just
So
my
I
kids know her as Blech.
black. I knew it was black. Anytime anyone says, "How do you say that I'm all?" It's black. Can't you tell?
Yeah.
At the
Yeah.
end. So I pulled up some posts. The first one I have up is not from John, but it's from Marco. It's a post for Marco. Do you remember Marco? Were you involved with Marco and the Bushbirds?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know.
So
Honestly, I don't know
Marco,
if it sounds
and
familiar.
I only have screenshots because I don't like to repost things from trolley people because I don't like to give them the clicks. So I
Yeah.
screenshot everything. So I don't have the whole conversation, but on the Bushbirds post about Michelle, who loves Blake, do you know who that is? Michelle, who loves Blake. Oh gosh,
No.
if you don't
Maybe
know,
I
it's gonna be
do. I don't know. Maybe I
funny
do.
too, but anyways, he did this whole video about how much he loves her, and he like worked with her on like a simple favor, another simple favor, or something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. That, yes. Now I
yeah, and
remember.
he's like,
Yep.
oh, everybody's been mean to her, and she's a perfect angel, and was like, oh, whatever. Anyways, so the Bushbirds made a post about it on Twix. I'm gonna start calling it Twix for everybody because it's hard for me to say X. I hate it. Twix. On Twitter X, Twix. Marco, so this person said, man needs a beat down. And I know it's just, it's a clear troll. It's a clear, not that they're a troll. The comment is like a burn comment,
Yeah.
And so Marco gets really upset and he's like, laugh my ass off. He's 6'3", 220, with a hardcore six-pack and a Sicilian propensity for violence. Hang on, I keep getting phone calls. A Sicilian propensity for violence.
Oh my God.
I hope you guys can't hear that, so I don't know how to turn it off.
Oh.
Decline. Sorry, guys.
There we
Okay.
go.
A Sicilian propensity for violence. He would crush you into a fine powder, hillbilly. So first of all, I'm like, why do you think he's a hillbilly? Maybe the name, maybe the screen name, and I don't know if I should say it or not, but the screen name maybe is the only thing I can guess. And so, then of course the Bushbirds are like, yeah, a big man would beat a woman. Shocking revelation. You're so cool. I hope he sees your comment and praises you. You earned it. And, because I'm like, why you know so much about him, Marco? And so then Marco says, laugh my ass off. Now you want to play victim? Talking all big and tough about beating up a man now that you got that same energy back. You want to play female privileged weak victim? Such cowards. And I'm like, oh, hell no, Marco. So I say, hang on. I can't read it. It's too small. I say, laugh out loud. Says the person who doesn't understand when someone is talking shit. No one really intends to go out and beat up anyone. You sound and look silly trying to make this something it isn't. Go on with your bad self, Marco. Laugh my ass off. No wonder you support Blake. You clearly have a problem understanding the difference between people being flippant and trash talking and people who are intending to actually take action. Hilarious. I love the way you group all Sicilians as having a propensity for violence. Way to advocate there, smart guy.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh my God. I didn't see that at all. Yeah, that's the guy with the ugly sweaters.
Yeah.
Every day is ugly sweater day. And he was reading that. Yeah, was it with was it I can't.
Sicilians are not violent.
Yeah, I feel sick every time I think about him reading that book on the couch. Ugh, the face he makes.
Who?
Is that the guy with the ugly sweater?
Marco? Michelle.
Yeah, one of them. Yes, yeah, with the ugly sweater. He's always wearing ugly sweaters. Yes, there was one. I don't know if he could actually read, but he was holding a book. And I think it was, I don't know if it was, no, it was The Handmaid's Tale. It was The Handmaid's Tale. No, not The Handmaid's Tale. What the hell was it? No, not the script.
He was reading The Handmaid's Tale?
No, he wasn't. No, that's not it. I don't know why it's The Handmaid's Tale. I forgot what it's, I don't know, it's a new one. With Sydney Sweeney, The Housemaid, that one, The Housemaid.
Close.
Okay, yeah, no.
Oh my God. And he's reading it on the couch and he's doing like that thing with his lip and he's biting his lip and it's so disgusting.
My bestie just sent me a message about being live on your channel. I wish I could look at it. She said something like, I know what you're doing. Something about, it looked like she was voice texting because it said Wrath, R-A-T-H. But yeah, so I just thought it was really funny that, Marco was and then he did actually get really mean after that when Shashwada, I don't know how to say her screen name, Shashwada Moy came in. Moy came in and said something very intelligent because, man, that girl, she is. Have you read her stuff when she writes it? Wow.
Yes.
Intelligent and so well written. But yeah, she said something and he came after her for her ethnicity and like her people and don't your people, blah, blah, blah. And I was all, what? I was furious. Then I don't think I have that because I didn't look for it, but man, I was pissed. I'm sure I said something. I don't know what, but man, I was like, you're really like, wow.
Yeah,
First you say that all Sicilians are violent. Now you're categorizing all these people, all these women in this country as, I don't know. I was just like,
all Sicilian. Is this the Roman Empire that everyone's a soldier? Is that what you're talking about? All Sicilians are violent. I've never met a violent Sicilian ever.
I don't even know if I know anyone who's Sicilian, but I just don't characterize people in those
Yeah,
manners.
I just
I mean,
don't.
you
That's
can say some that I
like
met. Sometimes I will
it's
say I will group people, but I never mean like all people. I'm like, I don't mean like all men, just these kinds of men.
yes,
All of
it's
these kinds of men. All
exactly.
of these kinds of women. Not all women.
I think this case, I feel like this case has brought out so many, like so much animosity on, I mean, on like both sides, but just the the vileness from her supporters just I mean, and that's what it is, like it's just like attacking, which is why I'm like, all right, well, this is what we're gonna do, then I'm gonna attack back. They're just so like, no,
Yeah.
she's wonderful, she's a fantastic person. Okay, tell me something that she did that was fantastic. And then they're like, well, you know I don't know,
They're
because
the only thing they can name is one of her fake achievements because they're all
yeah,
fake.
exactly, like there's nothing there. It's
So speaking of trolls, do we have one in our chat right now, or is this somebody being funny? Sometimes I read shit and I can't tell if they're being rude or not. I'm all, are
oh,
you coming for me? I'm not sure.
well, you know what, if there's anyone in the chat
Something to
who
say,
is
baby. Bring it
trolls,
out.
then you're just helping our engagement, so welcome.
Yes, please, please, please leave a comment. Multiple
That's
comments,
right,
if you would. I
absolutely.
I am. I don't know who you're talking to because you're not addressing anyone, but if you're asking me, I think I am. I think I knew you were going to be here today. So, do you have any troll specific like comments that you would like to share, or just you have just general troll chat?
Well, what was interesting is that my first comment on my channel, I don't know if it was a troll. I don't honestly if it was could have been the same person, because I had posted something on YouTube and then the same thing on Reddit, and I got kind of the same thing. And it was on one of my shorts that I created for the Parker and Hume case, and they wrote something like, "Oh, it's so disrespectful," and I attacked them. I just came right out of the gate, and I just was like going at them, and I muted them. And a few days later, I regretted it because I was like, "Oh, I should have pinned that comment," and I can't get it back. So for like the last year, I was hoping that the same person would come back and leave a comment so I can
Yeah.
finally pin it.
Oh, I
But
hate that.
yeah, I'm like, oh man, totally forgot.
My brain just like replayed what you said earlier that I don't think I responded to when you were saying how it's gotten so like heated on, the arguments and stuff. And I was like, I wonder what people think because, in the beginning, I was actually really nice to people. Like for the like, I didn't like just cuss them up one side and down the other out the gate. I would try
Yeah.
to argue with them and stuff, and they were just such assholes that I was like, you know what? After a while, I just was like, you know what? I'm just coming out the gate hot. I'm just gonna come out of the gate hot, especially if you come to my page. Like,
Oh yeah.
you come to my page, it's all bets are off. You get whatever happens. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I didn't used to be quite so like roar. And even I actually messaged one of the people who follows me on Twix and that I follow. And I had said to her, I go, you know, I'm going to talk about trolls. And I want to talk about, you know, those times when you think you're being trolled, but you're not. And you're like already in fight mode. And you've been like knocking people out for like hours already. And somebody says something and you misread it or you don't read it completely and you mistake it, however, and you like go for them and they're like, wait, I'm on your side. And you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yes,
I've
that
had to
happened.
apologize.
Yes. Oh, I always do. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm sorry. I mixed up I misinterpreted it. Like, I'm so sorry. Please ignore my anger.
I know. I told her I'm going to talk about that. And you're one of those people. Will you follow my channel?
Exactly.
I'm like saying, I said something and I'm all BLDS, blah, blah, blah. She's all, wait, I'm not a troll. My name is ironic. And I was all, oh, I didn't get that at all. And then I went back and I'm all, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I take back everything I said. I'm such a jerk.
I had, not a troll, but I had that number yesterday, that weird number. So somebody texted me by accident and they were like, oh, do you want to, I posted on my post like, oh, hey, do you want to come over for like salmon, like risotto, cheesecake, and white wine? And I'm like, this is not for me, but this sounds amazing. So I messaged them back. I'm like, this is not the right person. You have the wrong person, but that sounds amazing. I hope it's good. And they're like, oh, this isn't Maya or whatever. And I said, no, you have the wrong number, but that looks great and amazing. So then they're like, oh, okay. And then they started talking to me. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, so we can like be friends. I'm like, well, and so I dropped my link in there. So it's like, oh, well, here's my YouTube channel. You can find me there. And they're like, don't you want like we can exchange addresses, and then the next time if you ever come to California, I can make you this meal. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, we're getting we're crossing lines here. That I was just kind of joking a little bit. It does sound delicious, but I don't know if we don't really know each other, random person. Like, and this apparently was for somebody else. What about Maya? Doesn't she deserve the salmon and risotto? And then, like, after a while, I didn't answer, and they're like, "Hey, sis, you still there?" Like, and no, we're getting blocked now. And the first thing I thought of was like, is this really a person who purposely messaged their friend, or is this some form of hacker troll person that says something like that, so that the person person that they text is like, oh, that looks nice. Like, no, you have the wrong number. So I've been thinking about it all night. About it's so weird.
And now you gave
I'm
them
like,
their channel. They're probably watching right now.
Yeah. Well, hi. Hey, look, if you're not weird, or if you're nice, look, I just don't want anyone trying to like break into my house or something. It was just really weird. I have weird stuff. That's not the first time that something weird like that's happened. I had when I used to live with my parents. Used to get all these telemarketers, and my dad would always have to pick up the phone. And I remember coming in. I think it was late. It was like 11:30 at night, and I came home from karate, and I came in through the back door, and the phone rang. I'm like, oh no, my parents are gonna hear. So I pick it up, and it's a telemarketer, and I'm looking at the time, and I'm like, are you in like California? Because it's like 11:30 on like a Friday night. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just going by my list. I didn't realize that there was the time, whatever time difference. And then he's like, your voice sounds really nice. I'm like, okay, do you need anything, or like, are we done here? And he's like, you have a really, great, like, great voice, and what are you doing later? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And then my dad picked up. I'm like, yo, dad, this guy's hitting on me. And he's like, what? And then like the guy hung up. I was like, it's so weird. Like you're trying to sell something and then you like just hitting on someone. It was really weird. I get weird stuff like that all the time.
I feel like though, I wonder what the ratio is there, because they used to say like when we'd be out in the club, like just some Haggerty guys would come up to my friends and hit on them, and I would be like, on what planet? Do you see my friend? Do you see the gorgeous beauty that you're talking to? And I never understood. People were like, oh, they just start at the top. They just work their way down until they get to somebody who's like, yeah, I'm in. And so I wonder, like, what's the percentage? Like, how many women do they do that to? But then there's finally the one who's all lonely and was like, oh, well, and blah, blah, blah. And right?
It's weird. I had like, I before, well, there was the internet when I was in college, but it wasn't like now. I had some random guy. Like some people just, I don't get it. Just he's like, hi, you're hot. Can I have your number? And like going to people like, just like saying that. It's like, what are you doing? You like hear him down the hallway. It was just so weird. It's like, and then when people don't want to talk to you, you're like, why don't you want to talk to me? Like, because you're being awkward. It's like human trolls, and then they eventually turn into like internet trolls. Like that's the only evolution that I see.
I really honestly haven't spent a lot of time dealing with internet trolls until recently, because I started using my Twix account because of the It Ends With Us case, and of course that topic leads to trolls. But I haven't really dealt with a lot of trolls in my life. For me, it's been more like online dating. Those people are
well, that's a whole nother troll. That's a whole nother kind of troll.
Right? Like because it reminded me of that when you were talking, because I was thinking about how, there's this like, nowadays they call it the love bombing or whatever, but like, you be like talking to somebody for like a hot second and they'll be like, oh my God, I love you so much. Oh, and it's like, that's not, that doesn't work on me. At least I don't know about most women, but like, you don't even know me. How can you you haven't even seen like the many facets of my personality yet. You don't know me, and it's not a compliment to over exaggerate and be like, you're so amazing, when it's like, but you don't actually know that yet.
Yeah, I think there's,
I don't know why it made me think of that, but
I think we definitely need to make a list of different types of trolls, because we have, we have the trolls, like, we have the chat trolls who think, and the best is when people say things like, especially like at the chat or online, it's like, you're just entertaining us. Everything that you say doesn't mean anything. And the fact that they still say it, I mean, we need to do like a museum. I like to grab as many screenshots, because then, these trolls will be immortalized forever, because the internet is forever. So when you say something dumb and you're not clever, you're gonna get, screen grabbed and thrown up onto somebody's ex, mostly ours. And I'm going to put it to music and do a dumb voice, and you're going to look dumb. So thank you.
Yeah, that's fun. I hadn't thought about the whole making a voice for someone and then making now that I know how to do that, because I've been learning stuff the last couple of days,
Yes.
I just jumped in both feet. That's why I'm trying to give myself grace around this live today, because I literally I downloaded a online free multi-track recording program and had my theme song recorded in like an hour. I figured out how to do all the tracks and like move them so that they matched up, and like I did that pretty fast. And I think it was Michelle in my live chat, for the one that didn't work, was saying, this is, don't feel too bad or whatever. It's a learning process. And I'm like, yeah, I've never really been good with the whole learning process. I don't like to not know what I'm doing immediately. And so I've always been a really quick learner, because I can't stand it. I get annoyed real quick when I can't figure out how to make something work, but yet I'm also very diligent about continuing to, it will not beat me. I will make this, I will figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's good to do something. I mean, we're lucky that we have such a great group of supporters, and that they understand, so that as you grow and do things. I mean, it took me, when I first started the channel, it took me, I don't even know, it took me about a year, or maybe not a year, but it took me a really long time to just record my voice in the house alone. It was awkward for me. And eventually, when I did it more, it started to become normal. And it was really when I started doing carnivore, because I was doing it almost every day. And it got to the point where I was having so much fun reading it and editing it, and I couldn't wait to have everyone listen to the ridiculous story and then the sounds and everything. That really helped a lot. So it's also why when I started, I used to script everything. I mean, I still do scripts, but sometimes depending on the content that you're doing, like the Parker and Hume stuff, unless I'm doing a live specifically or just kind of talking about it, it just is easier for me to do a script or something. But also like a list with bullet points, a lot of people do, even if you don't follow it, just to do it, because you forget when we watch like our favorite creators who have thousands and thousands or millions of subs, that at one point they were doing this at the very beginning. So it's nice to watch the evolution of other people and like yourself. It's amazing. I mean, I love doing this stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's amazing that you can make like anything you want. You make like a little mini movie or something and put it up for people to see. And it's so normalized now, but it's still so amazing to me that I want to make a little mini movie. I'm going to do it, and I can use this app, and boom, it's up on the internet.
Yeah, it's been fun, and I finally figured out how to get my audio over the top of I was like, how do I make this audio get on the top of this picture? How? And then I was like, well, why don't you just drag it over there and see what happens? Most things are drag and drop, and sure enough, it worked. And so I was like, hey, computer programs, they're all basically the same. But I wanted to say, I had something else I wanted to say too, but I lost it. But Michelle said, the love bombing, dating people are so important to talk about. So many people don't know about love bombing and gaslighting, etc. I didn't know about it until about 7 to 8 years ago. I didn't even know what gaslighting was, or even really narcissism, until the last, I don't know, 5-10 years. I don't know, but, and like the love bombing was a new term to me too. I was like, oh man, so that ex of mine narcissist. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I just, you know what I mean? They didn't have those terms back, you know, or if they did, I didn't know them. But yeah, it
Well,
is
they were
important to
more
talk
like,
about.
yeah, they were more like, not medical terms, but, like psychology terms that were more used, in like a doctor's office than every day. I mean, now they're buzzwords and they're everywhere, but it's important to know the behavior so that you can avoid it, or if you see it in other people, you can help warn other people too. I like even red flags. I mean, sometimes we see them and we see them for what they are, and people are too close to it and they can't. So I think everyone should know the signs, because everyone is, susceptible to somebody doing, like the love bombing and stuff. And sometimes we all get caught up into it that we can't see it for what it is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, my friend Sarah and Ronnie were the two people that I really talked about doing this podcast with the most, because, they're the ones that I would have the most in-depth conversations with. And, we've all been single. Sarah was married for many years and she's single now, but Ronnie's been single off and on, and I've always been single. And so there's definitely a place on my channel for talking about that, and like just dating and like funny dating stories. And I want to do like a segment called He Said What? Because sometimes
Oh, I got some good stuff for that. We should,
the
yes,
things,
you should collect it. You should,
I
with
know,
people, if anyone has any,
he said
he
what?
said what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Any
send it
like
to Kenny.
crazy story, crazy, funny, dumb thing that someone said to you when they were trying to get to know you or dating, or even your husband, if you want to share. It's up to you if your husband doesn't
Yeah,
care. I mean, back in the day on MySpace, for those of you who are old enough to, know what I mean, there was
MySpace.
like this blogging option thing. I can't really remember how it worked. And I started ranting about just like the stuff I was dealing with trying to get to know people on the internet. It was still kind of new, getting to know people and talking on the internet, and like video chatting and all the chatting
Yeah.
was kind of new still. And oh shoot, dang it, I lost my point. um
Oh, the video chatting. I hate when that happens.
Dang it, it's gone. It'll come back. It's gone. But just, I wish I had a record, though. I wish I had a record of all the dumb things
Oh,
I've
well,
been saying.
we'll have to do like that, or bad dating stories. I have such a bad dating story that you might, I don't know if my husband's still in the chat. He knows this person in high school. I'll have to save it, because that is an episode in its own. It is really, I remember it like it was yesterday, and I was 16. Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
horrific.
Some of the stories I have, when I discuss like, bad relationships and stuff, I really have one. I've been mostly single most of my entire adult life, and who knows what people are going to say about that, and I don't give a fuck. But after him, it's kind of like I've had some heartbreaks since, I would say, but not from like a relationship standpoint, but the stories of the things that I did, not even just the
Yeah.
things that he did, but the things that
Oh
I
yeah.
did, that I'm like, people who know me will never believe the things that I did out of the crazy that I was made. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's all
Oh
really,
yeah.
there's so much to talk about. And I guess as far as my podcast goes, I've been trying to like if I can talk about a subject like that and one person out there is listening to me and can gain anything from my experience at this point, because, you know, I'm 50. I did the online dating for a long time, of lots of stories, of lots of insight. And if I can, Michelle just said, oh my God, MySpace. If I
Top 8.
can help anyone in any way, just one person, then this podcast is a success as far as I'm concerned. And I want to keep the focus on that, because like, maybe this is one of the things I was going to say earlier. I was teasing my friend Sarah because she's always like, I'm going to be famous for this and that. And I'm always like, why do you got to be famous? Why do you want to be famous so bad? I'm too old to be famous. And she's like, what do you think? She's all, but you're going to start a podcast. I'm all, well, I don't think I'm going to be famous. Like, I'm not saying I'm going to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I don't want people to recognize me when I go places. I just want my little core of people. And, you know, they'll come along the way. Great. I don't want to be a major podcaster. That's not really my bag. I just want to be, you know, chill.
Yeah,
I don't want there to be like people
absolutely.
telling me I got to do shit. I'm a big proponent of don't tell creators what to talk about. Don't fucking tell them what to do. Don't tell them how to do things. Don't tell them. You can be constructive with your criticism, I guess. But, you know, like, nobody's going to tell me. I know that much. And so, you know, I don't ever
Yeah,
want to
you
get to the
talk
point where I have to
about
deal with that too much.
yeah, you talk about what you want to talk about. What?
Right.
I don't know where he is, honey. Oh, here, I'll
I
take.
saw Ludwig in the chat. Hi, Ludwig. I haven't gotten to say hi to all you guys, but most of you guys I see a lot. But
Yeah,
I
there was
could.
someone in the chat. Bobo asked if you could live in any apocalyptic time or any kind of apocalypse. Which one would you listen? What
Like what kind
apocalypse?
of apocalypse? Like zombies versus like.
Like, well, yeah, robot or AI. I mean, I've already pledged my allegiance to my AI. So if there's a robot or AI war, you know,
You're to stay on the
we're
good
good.
side. I
I'm
try
good.
to be
Yeah.
respectful. I try to be respectful to the AI. I don't use it a lot, but I do try to.
Oh no, I
I don't
specifically wrote if
know.
there's an AI robot war, you know, I'm on your side. Yeah. And
I
the first
don't
time, yeah.
know. I've always now this is a controversial answer to the whole living through an apocalypse thing, but depending on when said apocalypse happens, if it's now, I'm 50. If it's in 10 years, I'm 60. If it's in 20 years, I'm 70. And the people in my family tend to live to be very old. So depending on how old I am at the time of the apocalypse, I'm not sure I want to even deal with it. I'm like, can I be on ground zero of where like the comet strikes with no news, right? Like no idea it's coming until bam, it's over. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, I used to be very athletic, and as I've gotten older, it's, you know, no longer. So if it were a zombie apocalypse, I would not be able to run. You know, I can't outrun anybody. But I mean, I'll like learn how to, you know, do headshots or whatever. If you need me to do some, you know, some sniping, then I'll learn, or like a crossbow or something. But if I have to run, forget it. Forget it. I'm
I,
done.
yeah. So, Chris, it's good to see Christina, of course, is with me on that. She's like, I'm out. I'm out. And that's kind of how I feel. But it kind of just depends on the severity of the situation. Like, I can be useful. I cannot be part of the hunting crew or like that kind of thing, but I could kill a person probably. Pretty sure I could kill a person. Not
No,
an
yeah,
animal. But
no, no
I haven't
zombie
spent a lot of
animals.
time shooting guns. since a lot years and years ago, but I'm good at most things, so I feel like I'd probably be good at it. I do have a bow and arrow that when I was practicing with it, and it was just a cheap one, I was getting pretty good. So I could be useful. I could be useful. It depends on the severity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might have to weigh the pro and con of like, how old am I? How hard is it going to be?
Yeah, exactly. It's also, well, what other like apocalypse would there be? Look, we have
There could be,
we
so
got
we've
zombies,
got
we got the
zombies, AI. We could
yeah,
have like complete total power failure, loss of like,
yeah,
like
electricity,
the comforts at
technology.
home. Yeah. Like I luckily live in an area that has a lot. I'm in Oregon, so there's a lot of land. So probably me
My
and my
husband.
peeps would probably hightail it to the hills and like get the
Yeah.
F out of Dodge, and find a place to like build like garden and stuff. I don't know. But that's one of the ones I think about. Like, what would I do if all of these little conveniences that we take so for granted, like toilets and toilets and water
Yeah.
and running water and all
My,
of that. I mean,
my kids, they would just be like, I'm out, I'm done. Like, no technology, forget it.
EMP attack. What is that? What's an EMP attack, Holly? I don't know what that means. Polar shifts. Yes, polar shifts. What happens though? Like we're talking big waves. Oh yeah, you just put a big wave in the chat. I
Yeah.
see, like I might not be, I'm not far enough from the coast to be comfortable with big waves. And, being in Oregon, I'm on the west side of the state. So that San Andreas fault is a thing, and those offshore earthquakes are definitely a thing. There's some mountain ranges between me and the coast, but we also live in the hot zone for volcanoes. Pretty much all of Oregon is volcanoes, I think.
Oh,
So
wow. Oh,
that's,
I didn't know that. That
yeah,
Oregon is all, wow. I
Oregon and
just know
Washington,
that.
both tons of,
I just know
there's
that
like
you can die from dysentery on the Oregon
amoebic
Trail.
dysentery. Amoebic dysentery. That makes me think of Mrs. Doubtfire. Amoebic dysentery?
What about like, I think like Kevin Costner's Water World, like a water apocalypse. Like we have
Yeah,
another, like a flood, like a biblical type flood. I'm too close
I
to the Jersey Shore. I'm too close to
God.
the shore. And I'm 20 minutes from the city, from like New York City. So I don't,
Yeah,
I don't know where
there's
I
something
wouldn't
in the
even,
chat about New York. Like New York's about to be beachside. Past New York would be beachside property. Nevada about to be beachside property.
yeah. I mean, and
I
it's all
know.
Palisades. We have a Palisades Mall by us. It's already sinking because, people like to build things in New Jersey on swamps. So the
They didn't grow up in
swamplands,
church.
they're
Those people didn't grow up
reclaiming.
in church.
No,
They teach you about that in Christian church when you grow up, because there's a song about building your house upon the sand. The wise man built
yeah,
his house upon the rock, yo,
that's right.
not the swamp.
Yeah,
You don't want to be there.
in the parking garage in the mall, because that's Jersey, so there's malls everywhere. You can see where the building is sinking, and the blacktop of, like, the driveway is like not, it's like buckling, but it's also like it's, I don't know how to, like, I'm like missing the word, like it's my brain, but you can see like it's starting to like fall into the ground, and the ground is like folded up. It's every time you go, it's down lower. I don't know at what point are they going to fix that, but that
Yeah,
wall
that's
is
crazy
sinking.
to me. That's
Like
crazy to
it's
me.
literally sinking.
I wouldn't be a fan of the whole water world style because I'm a earth sign. I mean, I am a Pisces moon, but I'm an earth sign and I like land. Like, I would probably never go on like a cruise. I would go on a boat, maybe out into the ocean, but I don't want to be to where I can't see land for too long. So that
I
would
was
be a
on a
really
cruise.
hard
It's
one for
so fun. I went on a cruise to we went to
me.
Puerto Rico and St. Thomas and St. John, but it's only like it's good to go. My friend kept saying we're going to sink. We're going to hit an iceberg. I'm like, well, we're going to the
That's what
Caribbean,
you
so
want to hear.
yeah, I don't think we're going to hit an iceberg. It is really because as someone who's a nerd for history, and one of my long ago novels that I have a trilogy that I was working on years ago, and I wrote the first one and half of the second one, and there's a lot of Titanic stuff in it. So I love learning about all of that stuff. And when you go on the cruise, obviously it's surreal because they take you around to make sure like safety measures when you first go on, and they're like telling you stuff, and they're telling you about the lifeboats, and then they start talking about like this is the new rule, like the guidelines of White Star Line, and you realize that you're being told this because of the Titanic. That's why they're going around, they're showing you, they're like, no, you need to know where all the lifeboats are. They count all the lifeboats, they tell you how many people go into the lifeboats. They tell you like they're like, well, this is not happening again. So we're telling you now. And it's surreal. And then once you get over that, they're like, all right, bye, have fun. And but it's warm water, so you're all right. So you're good if it's like it's warm water, but you know, like sharks and stuff, those are nope fish to me. Nope. I love a dolphin. I love a whale, but I think I just don't want to float around. Like I love water, but I love looking at it. You know, from a cruise ship or like
Yeah.
from afar. I don't want to be swimming in it if the boat sinks.
Yeah, all of that is a big NO for me. All I can think is hell to the nah nah nah. All of the stuff you're talking about. I'm like, nope, definitely not. And I am I hate using this word, so maybe I try to think of a more positive way to say it. I am unfamiliar with the ocean. I don't swim in the ocean. I don't frolic in the ocean often. I've never been anywhere tropical that made me want to swim in the ocean, really. But rivers and lakes is what I'm used to. That's what we have here. The coast is here, but the Oregon coast is fairly cold unless it's pretty warm outside. Um, but I don't even like to be out in the middle of the lake though, where it's real deep, or even in the river where it's real deep. I like to see the
Oh yeah.
bottom. Like
Oh
I know
no,
there's nothing
I
in
yeah.
there, but
Right.
there's this
Yeah.
way
Oh.
water scares me. It just scares me. I'm not a fan. I'd rather have my feet on the ground. Although I don't live in earthquake land like Christina, so I still trust the earth probably a little bit more than she
Oh
does.
man, we had an earthquake. It shook the house. That we have little quakes a lot in New Jersey. That like all of a sudden you'll just feel like something shake. Like it feels like someone's shaking the bed, and you're like, "What's that?" You're like, "Oh, nothing." But it was I forgot how long ago we had a fairly big one, and I'm sitting in the room with the kids, and all of a sudden the entire house starts shaking, and I'm like, "This is it! This is it!" It's like I don't know what's happening, and I'm like, "God, under the table, go in the doorway," and it's just like, and then there was the aftershock like 2 days later, and I'm like, "It's happening again." I could not live. Like I just like I love watching. I love watching like on the weather. Like when we used to have the Weather Channel, I love watching things about tornadoes and hurricanes. I love watching it form, but I don't want to be there. Like
Right.
firsthand, I don't want to see it right in front of me.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not, every place has its thing, whether it's earthquakes or tornadoes or hurricanes, or here it's fires. Forest fires are bad around me.
yeah,
That's our dangerous season is summer, which is a bummer. I live in a valley, so a lot of times it gets filled with smoke, so that's not cool. But
no,
like,
it's awful.
I grew up in the woods, and in 1985, Mount St. Helens erupted, and it was a big thing, and I had like reoccurring nightmares after that about like
Yeah,
the volcano erupts, then the forest catches on fire, and I'm trying to save all the animals, and I'm trying to get my mom. Let's go, let's go. Like I had it over and over and over. So like, and I've had other fire like reoccurring dreams and stuff, and I don't know what it is with me and fire. Sometimes I think I was burned at the stake in another life
Aw.
because it's irrational, the fear that I have. Like I like campfires and stuff, but like I have an irrational fear of fire. So
I think a lot of people have, and not an irrational. I think it's a good healthy fear. I don't I don't think you know it's a nice keep your distance.
yeah, but like I couldn't imagine living in a place like with tornadoes. Like what? That I
Yeah,
just I would be
no,
afraid. I think living on the coast, the older I get, the more scared I am of things. I'm like, that sounds dangerous.
we get a lot of little things. We get hit with hurricanes. John and I were when we lived in Central Jersey when it was just us before the children. We had an apartment and there was um, a hurricane and our apartment building was flooded in. We were on almost like a little island and only one apartment building had electricity. So we all went to that one place to charge all of our phones because one of the apartments was empty. And I remember driving one day to karate and I saw a tornado in the distance. Uh, do I have to move? We get
I can't.
blizzards. I don't know.
California's getting little tornadoes now, she says. Michelle says,
No.
and I responded in the chat because it was so funny. Don't rivers and lakes have the brain eating amoeba? I mean, maybe depending on where you're from. I live in Oregon. We have very amazing. So there's a place that I went to just at the end of summer. I might have some of the pictures on my Instagram, Michelle. Called, I can't remember what it's called, but the water there is so clean and so clear and so cold that not even any fish or anything live in it. And you can paddleboard all the way up to where the water comes out basically of the mountain side, kind
Oh
of.
wow.
There's little bubble, like all the little I just filled my water. I literally, you guys, filled my water bottle from the water at the very tip of this I don't know what they call it, stream, I don't know, where it came out, and drank it, and it was delicious and amazing, and I didn't even get a stomachache. But I said to her, maybe that's what's wrong with me. It's maybe there's a bunch of brain eating amoeba in the water I've been swimming in my whole life, and that's why I'm crazy. But no,
Ugh.
I don't believe so. Sometimes we get algae at the end, like an algae bloom at the end of the year, and you don't want to go in the water, and you don't want your dogs to drink the water. But you're not drinking the water
Yeah.
usually. So
No, I'm good.
yeah,
No swamp apocalypse either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which apocalypse I would choose, honestly. I don't know that there's really a good choice. I probably not zombies. I'm not really it depends on the kind of zombies. I would prefer like Walking Dead type zombies to like World War Z type zombies
Oh,
because those zombies are really fast.
I
When
was
those
just going to say the World War Z zombies, forget it. They climb each other up onto walls. Why are they running? They're no, not those kinds. You need, yeah, you need like the Walking Dead ones where they're just like they get fused to trees, and sometimes they're in a puddle. They're in a puddle, like they're in the water
right,
sometimes.
yeah, they seem way more manageable. When I saw World War Z and those fucking things started running really fast, I was like, no, that's
Oh yeah.
zombies aren't supposed to move fast. I grew up in the 80s. I was an original zombie watcher back in the Day of the Dead, a Night of the Living Dead style. Those guys are slow.
Mm-hmm.
Zombies are slow. If they're running, that's something else.
That yeah, I remember that was a good book too. The World War Z. Yeah, the Too Fast. I remember watching it. It was like, whoa, what are these? There's also Stephen King wrote a book called Cell, and the basis is that everyone's cell phone, like there's a weird signal that to basically turns you into a mindless zombie and like eat people, and they're fairly fast. Like I don't that's they have to be slow. They can't be running. I
Yeah.
don't know that we have to have rules. They can't run. They can't climb each other on walls. Like they
Yeah.
can't and then pour over like
Yeah.
water. Like
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Everything about that. I agree.
yeah, we can't.
Christina's reminding me to be careful about what I say personal info. I'm trying to be general. I'm trying to be general. Um, See, this is a perfect example, let me just say, of a Coddiwomple combo. Because we have been all over the place. I love it.
I
This is
know.
why I love it, because there's no rules. I love no rules. As
I
long as
know.
you're
This is
talking, there's something to talk about anyway.
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we've already been yakking for like an hour and a half.
I know. Yeah,
That's
wow. Hour
crazy
27
town.
minutes. Yeah. Let's see. Oh wait, here.
People
Oh,
are
are
still in
there
the
any
chat.
favorite apocalypse or dark
We have
universe
12 people here.
books?
We have 12 people and 11 likes. That's pretty
I
good.
know.
One
Yay.
person. Yeah. That's
Let's
amazing.
see.
That's a good ratio.
Yes, it is. Favorite apocalypse or dark universes in books? Like in a book that I've read. Oh my god, gonna make me think.
I haven't read very many books. The only book I've ever read, really, even in school, I never read a book all the way through. I could pass the test, well enough to not read the whole
Oh
thing.
my
But the only
god.
book I've ever read was Intensity by Dean Koontz.
Oh my god. I can't not read. I have in my house alone hundreds and hundreds of books. Hundreds. Hundreds. I can read like 5 books at a time. I love reading. I absolutely love it. Let's see, and now I gotta think. Like apocalyptic books. I haven't really read anything with really like an apocalyptic world, like more dystopian. Like Hunger Games or something. There's another book. There's an author, Lauren Oliver, and she wrote something similar to the Hunger Games, but instead of fighting for food, they removed the love, like the emotion, And because once they removed it, they felt that it was bad, and that you I forgot what age you had it like removed, so it was like removing all your love, and it almost kind of took away like your empathy and everything. So that's an interesting book. That was more dystopian. I don't know if I read it. If anyone has a good suggestion for a good
Yeah, I've only watched apocalypse movies. Like I like all the, like The Day After Tomorrow and all those kinds of movies. I love that. I love that kind of stuff. Or I used to. One of my favorite genres of movies used to be psychological thrillers and like horrors and stuff. But then like 5 years ago, I had like an energy change in my personality, and I don't like to watch stressful stuff as much as I used to. Maybe because the world is more stressful now than it was before. And so I could watch that kind of stuff. And it was like another world. Whereas now the real world is crazy. I don't know. But like, I don't know. It's crazy thinking about the end of the world, and a little scary.
Yeah, I don't.
She says, I don't mind the end of the world. What did you say? Where is it? I can do an apocalypse as long as we have rules. Yeah, I mean, I think there should be
Exactly.
rules. There always needs to be, there's got to be some rules. I mean, you just can't have things. I mean,
yeah, like what if you're gonna have a zombie? Well, if you're having a zombie apocalypse, are we talking about only people? Because I think that like a zombie thing with people and animals, or even not with people, with animals, because you never know. Like, I feel like I don't know. I don't think I've
big trouble. Big trouble if it was the animals that turned.
Yes. Because I'd be like, I can't kill you, just eat me. Like, I would not.
It would be over in a second. Like, animal, there's so many animals. Are we talking certain kinds of animals? Are we talking all animals? Because if we're talking all animals, dude.
Christina's rules. Yeah, Christina rules. 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. Yes, there has to be time. Time rules. The zombies need to know that you can only eat from this window. What if it was like
that movie? What's that movie? The Purge, where everybody has
I haven't seen that one. I don't want to see. Like, that
would be a scary apocalypse if it was like that. Like where people and that's where people. People are scary.
Oh yeah, well, that's basically what I envision when I watch like a lot of these interrogations and body cams. I'm like, people just deciding they want to go do this stuff like one day. I don't. That one, yeah. I guess would that kind of be? Well, I guess it wouldn't kind of be an apocalypse, but yeah, something like that. No, because anybody could, like, at any moment. Someone who you thought was nice, all of a sudden, forget it.
Dude, our views are, there's 11 people watching and 11 likes. It's 11-11.
You got your 11-11.
I did. Oh, I'm so emotional now. Oh, that's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Squirrel. I squirrel really easily sometimes, but yeah, I had one of my friend's husbands got real annoyed with me when I was like, I'm not sure if I want to live through the apocalypse. These are we're survivors. And I'm like, excuse me.
I mean, when you have a situation like that, you got to do what you got to do. But I mean,
yeah, well, you also have a budget,
choosing,
and you have a property, and you have all sorts of things that can help you survive. And can I come stay with you? That's what I have.
Absolutely. Like whenever we haven't watched it in so long. I used to be a diehard Walking Dead fan, and then we stopped watching after. Yeah. Oh, after Glenn, I was like, and I read the graphic novels, so I knew what was happening. I was like, nope, forget it. And every episode I'd watch, I'd try to put myself in. John and I would always talk about, like, well, why did they do that? Well, why wouldn't they build this and do this? Like, you start to pick out. Well, I would never do that. I would never just go into that door. You gotta go in through this window. Those things, like, yeah.
My friend's husband who said that, they're huge Walking Dead fans too. So they have all sorts of things planned, for it or whatever, but he was very unimpressed with my willingness to. I'm like, yeah, I might just stay at that building. Remember the building? Because that's what I was gonna say. The Glenn thing was it for me too. I was a diehard fan, and I was. The thing is that I was so upset when he died in the show that it was unhealthy. I'm like, girlfriend, you need to stop. Like, you have a problem. You're like depressed. For real.
Oh, yeah, like,
this character died. And I never watched it again because I was like, I am clearly not emotionally mature enough to handle this show anymore.
I knew, and there are certain things, like, there are characters, like, in the graphic novels. Carol, she gets eaten like the first 3 pages. She's done. She's like, I just want to be loved, and walks right into a zombie. So Carol in the books is just like dumb. And Carol in the show is so awesome. Badass. Like, there's like so many differences. But I went to see Norman Reedus. He came to around where I live, and we saw him, took pictures. He was so close to the stage, but
then you got arrested for stalking.
I did not. I would never get arrested for stalking.
I'm much smarter than the cops.
But I love that. Oh, what's this? What's your favorite way to make art? I have different kinds of art, I guess. I love trying all different types of things. That we were talking about doing, all the, like, crafts and stuff. I like doing all that stuff. I love painting, and now that I get older, I want to do so many things. I want to learn. Yes, so many things.
Getting older that makes you feel that way, because I had this conversation with some of my friends too about, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to stare at a computer. I don't want to work like that. I don't want to, I just want to make shit. I just want to make stuff with my hands and, like, be creative. And how do we make that, like, I want to have a craft warehouse with craft station set up so you can just go in, and, like, the bead station is already set up. So you don't have to get all the stuff out and put all the stuff away. It's just there for whatever you want to do. There's a little station.
I like to do miniatures. My grandfather used to build doll houses, and I love doing stuff like that. I like to, especially now I think you and I were talking about this, when you're a content creator and you have something like a channel, and you need to do things, you have to do it yourself, like the music or something like that. So I started watching tutorials about, drawing and doing things myself, learning how to work, like, music programs. And I definitely want to learn how to whittle. That's yes. Don't look at me like that. I want to learn how. I've told you I wanted to learn how to whittle.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just like, out of all the things that I know you want to learn to do, you chose whittling to say next.
Yes.
Like, above
whittling.
all of the other things
You're bored. You have your little whittle knife and a piece of wood, and you can make a little figurine.
Listen, I'm all about this.
Or a whistle.
Listen, if you go to prison, that might be a way to pass time.
That's what I definitely want to learn how to whittle.
Yeah, like I'm really good at being crafty and creative, but it kind of has to be forced on me to a certain degree. Like sometimes a group of friends I have will have like they'll get together and make like a Christmas craft or something, they'll have a plan and they'll all do it. Like that wreath back there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I made
Yeah,
that.
okay. Is
And
it feathers?
I made that at one of the craft things. But when I got there, I was just like, I just sat there for a really long time just watching them all work. And it was just like uninspired and like annoyed that I couldn't think of anything. And then bam, it hit me. So I kind of have to be like, and my friend Sarah is very creative. So when I get around her, she pulls it out of me. Like I figured out I could like look at things and draw them. I didn't know that. But Sarah was drawing, so I wanted to draw too. So I thought I would try.
Yeah.
Turns out I could do it.
That's
I was all, oh,
yeah,
who
that's how
knew?
I think. Yeah, and that's actually part of like some of the things I want to explore more on my channel is there are so many people that, especially because my thing is obviously writing, and there are so many people who they say I wish I could write or I want to start, and I want people to, if they need inspiration or anything, that's also what I want to talk about because I think a lot of people don't feel creative and then they don't try. And I always feel like there are so many good stories stuck in people's heads that if they just had a lot of, like, even the confidence to write it down, there would be so many more interesting things out there. And there's so many people who don't, for whatever reason, or even if it's music or singing or anything. And I want to try and get people who don't do it and may want to or never expected, oh, maybe I should try this, to try it. I want to try
Mhm.
I want to try like so many things. I want to be in a conversation with people and then say, oh, I'd really like to do this. I could totally do that. I can whittle. Like, I want to be that person in the conversation.
That's
One of
so
his
funny
like
because
essentially and all that.
when I started playing music again, so I used to play music years ago, and then I took like a 20-year break because I wasn't around musicians. And when I started playing music again, I was like, I played the guitar, eh, but the guitar, I'm not like a great guitar player. I can play the guitar well enough to sing with it. I was always a singer. And I wanted to learn to play like weird instruments. Like, I want to be able to like, because I go to music festivals with a lot of musicians, and I want to be able to like bust out some like weird instrument and be like, well, I play this. Like,
Yes.
the jaw harp, the little boing, 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 that guy. I have one of those,
Mm-hmm.
and like my friend and I went to a concert, and it was like this kind of hillbilly-ish kind of music, and the guy was playing like a washboard and a pair of spoon. I don't know if he had spoons or if he was playing the washboard with the spoons. And I was like, I learned to play the spoons in fourth grade. I wonder if I
Yeah.
could do it. And so I had to eat a little psilocybins, and I was like, I wonder if I could do it. So I went and grabbed some spoons from the kitchen, and sure as shit, I clacked those little bitches right together, and I was all, I can play the spoons. Do you know how cool? Like, who says that? It's not every day that people are like, oh, well, I play the spoons. So
Yeah. Like you're at
I
a dinner
totally get what you're
party.
saying. I totally get what you're
Yes.
saying. Something out of the my cushions in my seat. There's they're moving and they're getting out of whack.
Oh, Bobo
Um,
asked about what did you just hold on about bad books, and we all said, is it better to read poorly made things or not read at all? And of course, we're all like, well, there's this carnivore. That is a perfect example of it's. I don't know if I want to say. I think it's bad. It's not poorly written, badly written,
I
but
can't
it's
even tell if it's a
It's
badly written book because you make it so fucking fun to listen to. I
but
don't
it's
even know
like
if it's a good or a bad book. I am so entertained by every second.
so when I've read it, I'm like, there's no, if you're looking at it from, there's no character development, barely. There's barely any descriptions. Like, we have Kelly who's blonde, that's about it. And there's no, like, the science doesn't match up, even though it's a fictional book. You're still expecting, like Jurassic Park, you're reading this book and you're expecting the science to make sense, at least in the book, so that it's plausible in real life, even though it's fiction. That's the whole point, even science fiction. And just like that would never happen. And I remember reading it, I found it and I read it I think in 2 hours in one day, because I kept, every single page was like, oh, can't believe that he said that, and I can't believe he said that. And it's Evil Reincarnation is like that, but the opposite. It's almost like two different people wrote this book. It is so gross and violent, but I could tell it's obviously the same guy because it's blunt. When he would describe something in Carnivore happening, like something violent, and it was so ridiculous. That this book has that too, but it has a different feeling to it. It doesn't have the same, almost, even though people are getting eaten, the same, like, playfulness that Carnivore kind of has. The Evil Reincarnation does not have that. So I'm gonna have to put that on something else. I mean, I wanna finish it because I feel like I want to finish it anyway to complete it. But it's and as a writer, I like to see things like that. That the same writer has these kind of two different approaches to this book and the interpretation. I mean, when I read that book, I was like, I can't not read this book as ridiculous as possible because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But evil, they're all ridiculous. That's why I have three. I think I have three of his books. The other one, Defeating, I don't know about that one either. But there's Carnivore was his last book, and my husband feels that was his Jurassic Park. That because after that he doesn't write anymore. So I'm wondering if John suggested that this was like his last book, maybe of the book deal, and it was his last hurrah, and that's what he wrote. So I don't know, but it definitely needs more recognition. It's just a literary classic at this point.
I don't know much about literary classics. I'm all to read or not to read, whether it's, I mean, I can't even read a good book, nevertheless a bad book. I'm just not a reader. I never have been. Even as a kid, I didn't read. I mean,
audiobooks count. They definitely count.
Audiobooks. But I've only listened to one full audiobook. And it was a story about a cruise ship. Matter of fact, another reason why I won't take a cruise.
Oh no!
All sorts of stuff went down. But nope, not for me.
Well, you listen to all of Carnivore. That counts. That's a complete book.
All right.
A lot of people after, audiobooks count as books just because you're not. It's just because you're not physically reading it. You're still getting the book. You're still being told the story, so it totally counts.
But it's not reading; it's listening.
That's true.
And I mean, well, at least with Carnivore, that book came through your eyes because of the way you read it. So it might be a different whole thing for someone.
I want to hear somebody else's interpretation.
Yeah.
I would love that. That'd be great. Is there someone out there who has who has a YouTube channel who read the book that we don't know about yet.
Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. How are you guys doing in the chat? Have we been
Yeah.
entertaining you guys? Do you guys think this is something like just this random kind of slightly focused conversation thing? You think this will work? I mean, it's going to work. I don't know why I'm asking, but like, what do you guys think? Like, have you been enjoying this conversation with us? I mean, I expect you guys to because you're my friends and I know that you like me. So, but
I like it.
had fun. I had fun. Rath had fun. I mean, not had. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying had unless like I just was kind of curious, you know.
Yeah. I think
I always
that
just envision that people would like to listen to me have conversations like this. I'm wondering if they actually do.
yeah, I mean you can it's there are so many times where I would like to just I have something on my mind and I wonder if other people are thinking it too. And I definitely want to hear, I like listening to other people talk about, their different situations. And, it's nice to hear, especially when like alone, you're home alone a lot, and the majority of my day is I'm home a lot because my kids are at school. So it's nice to have, someone to listen to and hang out with during
Yeah,
whatever, during the day or your drive or anything.
yeah, exactly. One of my friends was like, I'm going to listen to you when I get ready in the morning. I'm like, well, I can talk a really long time, so it might not fit into that time frame, but maybe. But yeah,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just think that I like having conversations, so why wouldn't other people? And I like involving it's kind of, I can see how it's hard to keep up with the chat and try to like focus on this over here. But I like being able
Yeah.
to like, what do you, kind of play off of what they're talking about too. That's the cool thing about not having rules about what we talk about, just having, conversation starters. Because like I said, we started talking in the beginning. We were like, let's do the trolls. And look where we've came. We've gone through apocalypses now. You
I
guys know that
know.
I'm ready to like cut out if it gets too crazy. Like we've gone all over the place today.
I know. Absolutely. That, yeah, this is, yeah, I like this. It's fun. Well, it's fun for me, but it's also fun, talking to everyone and then having different like questions and everything. It's going to be so much fun. And listening to all the different guests and even you on your own about different things that you want to discuss. And it's great. Like, that's why I love YouTube. It's like, I want to talk about this, and if you want to listen, that's great. So,
Yeah, cool. I'm going to have to, my phone said I had to have 50 shorts to be able to go live, which it didn't tell me before. So I don't know if
okay,
that was
I was
causing a
curious
problem.
about that. All right, so then we'll
So
start.
there's going to be a bunch of shorts coming up of ridiculousness. I like to call, I'm going to be calling my shorts small talk. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know what it'll be about necessarily, but I'm going to be working on that to try to get that out of the way. And so it'll be random, I'm sure.
yeah, but that'll be, yeah, have a bunch of little
And
shorts. That's great.
if any of you guys listening have something you want to talk about, if you want to talk, if you want to come on and talk, like I need guests. Like one of the things about this kind of format is that I need someone to have a conversation with, and I can have a conversation with the chat maybe sometimes, but I don't know how well that will go. We could try it, but like I really need guests. So if any of you want to be guests and just chat with me about whatever, whether you're on cam or not, it doesn't matter. I might not always be on camera. There might be days when I just don't feel like sitting here with this light in my face, but I want to talk. You know what I mean? So I might not always be on cam. I might not always have on makeup. I mean, it's gonna be random. I might be on the river. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. So everyone go over and, well, first of all, like and subscribe here, and then go like and subscribe at Kenny's channel. And for those who aren't new here, Kenny's channel will be more conversations. My channel is more focused on more true crime and writing, but I also like to have interesting conversations. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. But we had, yeah, this has been, I had fun. This
had
is
fun
always
too.
nice to do. Yay!
Yay. And thank you guys for showing up for us and for me. It means a lot to have you guys here. I mean, I'm going to be forcing you to do this all the time if I can. Not all the time. You know, we have so many creators that we have to support. And oh, that's another segment I want to do is I want to do a segment getting to know the creators for the content creators that a lot of us follow. I want to talk to them about not stuff they talk about on their channels. I just want to get to know them, talk to them about their
Yeah.
lives and stuff. So, you know, I'll be going live with Wrath, helping her with her stuff. And, you know, we're just going to push all our little channels. We're just going to push them and push them and push them.
Yeah, that's right. Yes. So this has been, yes, so this will be fun. We will hopefully come out maybe with some sort of, I still want to do some sort of content calendar where it's on specific times and days, but we'll have to figure that out. But
yeah, so it was like, we need to set up a calendar. I'm all, can I just get a video made first?
yeah. Yeah, because yeah. Yeah, because then Emmy and I, or House of Chatter, we are doing a show too. That will be more. That's going to be scripted. Like partially, we still haven't decided if we're going to do it all scripted or half scripted. But that's going to be all about different, like different things, like with human culture that seems like that's different or weird or odd, whether it's rituals or religions or ceremonies and different type of burials. So I got to use that anthropology degree I have. So my mom
Yeah, and
doesn't think she wasted all that money.
I live in a haunted house, so I have some good ghost stories from that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Because we're gonna, yeah, we have one for the first show. We have something set, but then we're going to explore different, yeah, like different urban legends. And if you have, yeah, like haunted house experiences and paranormal experiences and how people see the same things in different areas of the world, and to explore more of the weirder, darker side of things that are misunderstood and misrepresented, so that we kind of explain it. It's not a deep dive like I usually do. It's more of I call it a deep dip, like a toe into it. So it gives you like a kind of an overview of it.
Yeah.
So there's going to be lots of content busting out of everyone's channel.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love all the collabs. I love a good collab.
Yes, absolutely. So thank you for coming, everyone. And I'm glad that we did this, and we will get all your 50 shorts done so we can go live on your channel.
Yeah, Michelle said if we can break up this video, just the different apocalypse segments would be good shorts. I'm like, oh, good idea.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, this will probably take 5 days to upload. So when it eventually uploads in about a week, I will. I'll record it and we can chop it up.
All right. Sounds good. You guys, thank you for coming though. Seriously. I love you guys. I really do.
Yeah, this has been fun. Thank you for coming, and we will see you soon.
Sending lots of love to you
Yeah.
all. Goodbye.
Yes, love you guys. Thank you.